Why? Are we live?
Not necessarily. I just need you to. I just want to. I just didn't hear you probably.
Yeah, you say as I watch the stream go live.
I mean, to be fair, I
Oh,
did hit the button right before you said the words "Satan's asshole."
hi everyone, and welcome to Party Patrol.
Yeah, hey, welcome to Satan's asshole.
We're not that bad. I mean, your character looks like it, but
I feel like if you looked at my character and said that she looked like Satan's asshole, Satan would be a little upset.
I feel like you're right.
I imagine he cleans a little better than whatever this is.
Well, right now my throat feels like how your character looks.
What did you do?
I'm just feeling like hell.
Do you
It's a
have
hell
the
day.
Rona?
I might.
Please don't get the Rona.
Yeah, it's particularly bad for me considering I have asthma. So
Yeah.
burb, dead dog burb.
These
Oh,
are
there's another one.
the worst animals I have seen in this game.
Yeah, they're pretty horrible.
Oh, this is a dog with a bird head.
All right, at least it goes both ways.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's
As long as it goes
I-
both ways, it's fair.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's just weird to see the birds with dog heads, but now that we see the dogs with bird heads, it makes a whole lot more
Yeah, it's like,
sense.
oh, okay, I see. Someone swapped them, but
Yeah.
they swapped them both at least. Like it was okay.
I don't think you beat this boss last time.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Hello.
hi.
Hello.
Sorry for being late.
That is okay.
So yeah, I might have the Rona.
Please do not get the Rona.
I have asthma, so if I do get the Rona, I might just die, depending on how intensely I get it.
Okay. Well, now that we have that information, allow me a separate idea. Still, please do not get the Rona.
Yeah, we'll see. Shit happens, man. Oh, you missed him.
He's kind of an asshole.
Can you shoot him from like a distance?
Technically.
Will that like stop him at all?
I don't know, but I did shoot him for fun just now.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was fun. And then he tentacle monstered you. Oh, you do not have any health pots.
I have two.
That's what I said. You are screwed.
Nah, that's fine. I just won't get hit.
Remember when that's happened in the past? Because it hasn't. Ever.
Well, just won't get hit from now on.
Yeah, we'll see. So unfortunately, Tim won't be joining us tonight. He is also dealing with medical issues.
So I got hit.
Hopefully not the yeah, 3 times in a row.
Yeah, well, he's fucking move spamming. That's not allowed. He should be kicked out of the fucking tourney.
It's a tournament arc.
Oh god, is it?
Apologies for my voice. It's going to get worse over the course of this, and then eventually I'll cough and it'll get slightly better, and then it'll get worse again.
Well, then just keep coughing. Into the mic
Okay.
if possible.
Of course.
Only way.
So yeah, it's fun right now. Real fun. So I finally got some packages in today. I had one of these was something I paid for beginning of April. I think it was like April 5th or something. It was due to be delivered anytime between May 11th and May 21st. It was delivered today. I needed it like 2 weeks ago,
Of course.
but that's okay.
What was it?
It was a Stitch Fix box.
Ah, yes.
I needed a suit and I got one, and apparently I have chubbed out a little bit since my last time I put in information, so I need to sit in my blazers to get them.
It's okay, everyone knows the true, like, business gamer fashion is an ill-fitting blazer
Yeah,
over a gamer t-shirt.
correct.
Oof.
Correct. Hey, don't oof that. It's great fashion. I love it.
It's every E3 presentation.
It is actually every E3 press. Well, except for PlayStation. PlayStation has one guy wearing one dude from Alabama wearing authentic clothing for some other country playing that country's instrument.
I mean, I guess.
Because that's a thing that's happened.
PlayStation is a little weird about how they do it.
PlayStation is just weird.
Yep.
Period. That's... You don't have to go anywhere else. They're just weird. And I got some new shoes today, which was nice.
They look good.
I like new shoes. New shoes and new socks feel good.
What do you think
They really do.
What were those shoes made for?
Mostly standing behind a desk for hours. Walking up and down aisles, that sort of thing.
Well, that's what they were bought for. You sure they weren't made for, like, sitting at a desk?
Yeah, well,
Boots were
yeah.
made for sitting still behind a desk.
Being an office worker.
Well, these shoes were made for, like, sitting behind an executive's desk. Making other people do work.
Yeah, it sounds about right for this channel.
Yeah. Now I just need my other 3 packages to come in.
Are you including mine?
Yes.
Yay! Yeah, we need
Actually, I think 2 of them are yours.
Yep.
She's getting a box of eyes.
Yep.
And noses.
I care more about the eyes, though.
Yeah.
Sir?
That he just teleported to the ceiling real quick there.
Yeah, just for like a hot second.
I mean, that's cool. Wish I could do that. Do you know how cool that would be if you could just teleport to the ceiling real quick?
So my wife is playing Persona 4 or Persona 5 right now, and obviously not right now because I have the PS4. But
Yeah.
you know, in general, and there's a scene where you go into like one of the dungeons and one of the like bosses talks to you and then like teleports away, which is cool. Except that the place that she teleports to is the elevator to take her upstairs, and I was just like, if you could teleport.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
go
you just
upstairs.
teleport upstairs and not?
No, they can only teleport linearly.
Oh, okay. You can't teleport like up or down. It's just like you know, laterally. Not laterally. The thing John said. Just fucking don't listen to me.
Actually, I think laterally would be more accurate.
In my inability to talk, I just stumbled on the right answer and then gave up.
Yeah, because lateral is not up or down, it's
Yeah.
lateral.
Yeah, lateral. The best way to define something is to use the word in it.
Absolutely it is.
Followed by, you know.
Damn, you right though.
It's similar to like the best way to show off like innovation or new things, which is to look at the screen with like a game on it and be like, wow. And then just not say anything else. Just.
Oh,
Wow.
you know, like they do at E3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, this game is real cool. It's got this and this and this, and then the game shows up and they look at it, they point to it and go, "Wow."
Exactly. They look up, look back to the audience, and then just wow. That's how you know they've innovated.
Yeah. Nice. Good hit.
Thank you.
It's a good clean hit. It'll carry.
If only I could fucking find the arena for this guy.
Yeah, one of these days.
On the bright side, I have only used one health vial while I was in here so far.
Which is impressive.
Aw, John's impressed by me.
You have not sucked as hard as I thought you would.
And that's impressive, because like,
For a
you know
moment
how
there,
hard
I
I
was
suck.
really worried that you were actually like dying. John's being nice to John. Time to go to the hospital. I'm sorry, stream. We're just going.
Love some topics to talk about. Oh, so I saw something this week that is the most true thing I have heard about D&D in a long time. It was about rangers.
I'm
And
interested.
Rangers are when a mommy fighter and a daddy druid love each other very much, they come together and make a ranger.
Yeah.
And then you realize the milkman is a rogue and things start making more sense. Because they really
Wow.
are the bastard child of
Like, all three.
a fighter, a druid, and a rogue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, can you open the door?
Best class. That's why Rangers are gonna win.
Why do you always have to bring Destiny to this stream?
I
That's a
never
great
bring
question.
Destiny into the stream.
You always
I
bring
always
Destiny
say
into the
something.
stream. We have
You
video.
always do.
We have evidence.
This isn't Destiny. I'm like, I didn't say Destiny.
You-
I didn't say Destiny until you did.
You've said Destiny more than anyone else so far.
Yes, but after John did.
Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
Yeah. So I don't remember what the thread was, but I was reading something and they talked about like the worst thing that they own. Like I think it was the worst game that they own. And I was thinking like, what is the worst, just genericify it, what is the worst media that you own? So like, movie, song, book, or game.
Daikatana for the N64.
Yeah, that probably is the worst game you own.
Yeah. Like, I want to come up with a better answer, but honestly, that's probably it. It's
What-
hard to beat Daikatana.
Can you, what about the ones that Tim has bought you recently?
Oof. I think I'd have to run through a list to like remember them because I've hidden them both in my Steam library and in my like visual cortex.
Good. You've played Robotex or Robot X, Game Duel Sim, Robot vs. Bird Zombies, and Tea Party Simulator.
Honestly, Tea Party Simulator sounds like a game you'd enjoy.
It was not.
I mean, there were good parts. I really liked when the bear would like grow to be 800 times the size and like drop the frame rate of the game to single digits. It wasn't fun gameplay, but it was very amusing.
I think if it comes to the worst game that I own, it's probably
Destiny
and
two?
I say this because it's like I'll accept Daikatana because it's a cartridge that you always have ready
Yes.
to play.
I
You don't
do-
have an N64, but It's always ready to play.
Yeah.
I only count things if it's like downloaded, you keep it downloaded and updated.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
You either have to have the
okay.
physical media, or it be something that like you actually own digitally, rather than like,
Yeah,
like
it-
have it free or something.
Wait, so does an old CD count even though it's not downloaded on my current computer?
Yeah, I'll count it because it's a physical media. But if it's like a digital thing, then it needs to be downloaded, installed, updated.
Oh yeah, no.
Because my worst game has to be Adventure Quest 3D.
Oof. I remember
Because
that one.
yeah, I do keep that installed and updated because apparently Wombat and I like to play it and make fun of it.
It's very easy to do both those things.
Well, it's very difficult to play it actually, because there's not a whole lot there, and it's the shittiest RPG that exists. Like, DDO majorly outclasses it.
Yeah.
Like, even RuneScape outclasses it, and I hate RuneScape.
I'm really surprised DK64 isn't your worst.
I mean, it's a functional game.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that DK64...
Oh, it's not functional. I have video proof that there are aspects of that game that are not functional.
There are aspects of it, but how many aspects of AQ3D are functional?
Technically speaking, all of them? Like, the game's not broken, it's just not fun. Or clever.
Or populated.
Populated. Well, unfortunately, there are people that play it.
But on the
Even
bright
had-
side, the game likes to think that it is all three of those things you just said, wasn't it?
Last time we played it, we actually had someone in-game, like, jump on the stream and, like, walk us around and take us to places for things to do and secrets and stuff, which was
Oh wow.
genuinely enjoyable while we were shitting on the game the whole time. And the guy was like, "Oh, it's not that bad." We're like, we gotta end the stream now because we can't play this game and not shit on the game.
Yeah, we don't know how to play this and have fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I'm glad you're having fun, but you're wrong. You are actually objectively wrong. This is not a fun game.
Oh.
You should not be having fun with this. The worst movie I have is actually one I enjoy, but it's definitely trash. Oof. Now that means I have two, because I just forgot digital was an option. The worst
Oh my
physical
fucking god.
movie I own is the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
I think there are a lot of them. I remember seeing one on like TV once, and it was actually like not bad.
This is the one where he is the bad guy is trying to get the dragon staff so he can control the dragons. It's not terrible. There's definitely worse movies. This
I've
is just
seen
the
worse
worst that I
movies.
own. The other
I've seen worse
movie...
movies recently.
Oh, which one?
Spy Kids?
Oh yeah.
Which one?
I forget. The first one.
The first
Oh,
one.
Spy Kids is actually like great though as a movie. I will fight.
Go back and watch it.
Okay, hear me
Spy
out on
Kids.
this. It's not about
I
the
love Spy
quality.
Kids.
It's about like what that movie was, because it was like a weird like project by people who you would not have expected to make that kind of movie with a ridiculous amount of like famous people, which is still hilarious.
Yeah. But it is not a good movie. We had trouble watching it through to the end. And this is from two die-hard Spy Kids fans.
Listen,
We
I'm
were
just saying.
such Spy Kids fans.
I'm just saying
I-
there are worse movies.
Yes.
Spy Kids 3D.
Dude, I wanted to be
Yes,
Carmen
which-
when I was little.
Which I also have a physical copy of.
Does it have the
So-
3D part? Like,
It does. It came with Spy Kid 3D glasses.
but Elijah Wood is in it
I know.
for
It's
like 4
terrible.
seconds.
Nah, he's in there for a little bit longer than that.
Not much,
He's the
though.
chosen one.
For like 12 seconds, he is.
No, probably the worst. Like I'd say objectively the worst movie, which I love the most out of any of the movies I've mentioned so far, and this is I own digitally, is Samurai Cop.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
It is definitely the worst movie I own. But it is a genuinely enjoyable experience to have while drunk.
Because again, bad doesn't mean that it is... Like, saying it's not good does not mean... Or saying that it is the worst one you own doesn't mean that it's not good somehow.
Yeah.
In some form or fashion. Not a good form or fashion.
No.
No. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see. The worst book I own. I'd have to go with the series.
Is it long?
It's a 5. No, not that. There's a book series I've.
Is it The Wheel of Time?
The Wizard's First Rule series by Terry Goodkind. It's a 11-book series. I own all 11 books. I have never gotten past the 7th book. It's like the first time I read it, I read 3 books, and then I just could not get past the 4th.
I just accidentally stuck him in a corner, beat the shit out of him, finished him, and then died to a skeleton.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if that counted as a kill, because I don't know if I was around long enough to get the, like, host or nightmare slain.
Wow.
I'm very confused about this.
Well, I guess we'll find out. The worst book, and it's hard because just trying to remember books is harder than...
The worst book I own is the one I wrote when I was 9.
No, I think there must be worse books out there.
Aw, it's a good book. It's not exactly spelled correctly, but you were 9, so...
Not exactly. Not remotely.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Now, the worst series I'd have to say is, man, I'm gonna get some flack for this, maybe. It's the Memory of Earth series? What do they call it? Homecoming is the name of the series. It's by Orson Scott Card. It is a 5-book series that is sort of a sci-fi retelling of the Book of Mormon.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what I thought it was going to be a sci-fi retelling of, but it definitely was not going to be that.
And it's very interesting.
Yeah, like the Book of Mormon.
Yeah. And you know, Orson Scott Card is, so he's very Mormon.
I know nothing about him.
Well, now you know he's Mormon.
He wrote the Ender's Game series.
Oh, okay, Mormon Scott Card.
Yeah.
Mormon.
Yeah. I have most of his books because he is a good author. A lot of his books follow the same sort, or a lot of his series follow the same sort of boy is special and can do things that adults can't. Sort of.
I mean, yeah, it's fantasy.
Or love was the answer that solved the problems. He does that
Sickening.
fair amount too. Yeah, you can't really read a lot of his, like, you can't read his series back to back. You can read all of one series, but then you need to go do something else
before you read
If you
another
read-
series.
If you read too much of his stuff, you die inside and you hate humanity more. And this is from someone who already, hates humanity.
Pretty much the entire time that you and I were at the same store, Dominic, I was reading through various series by him. And yeah.
And that was a mistake.
It was a dark
It
spiral.
was a mistake to read them back to back.
Because again, the books are good. It's just that
They're same.
they're a bit much. But yeah, turns out the Homecoming series is full of a lot of weird wife swapping, intramarital sex and weird stuff, and everyone's in the same family.
Okay, see, that's where it got
And
weird to me.
yeah, it's one giant
Fuckfest.
yes, one giant incestual fuckfest where they go to another planet to repopulate it. And none of the characters are likable at all. You hate them all.
But do they sex?
Yes, they do sex.
Forgivable.
No.
Oh, Orson Scott Card books, they all sex. All
Yeah.
of them sex. And remember, they all feature intelligent children.
Yes.
Never mind.
Like I said, you can't read multiple series back to back.
I feel like at that point, you probably shouldn't read one series.
I'm looking up one of his books that I read that I read pretty young. I could probably read it now and not gasp at the sex in it. But Orson Scott Card wrote a book called Worms, WYRMS. And
I'm glad that's what the spelling was, because if it was WORMS, it's not a good book. It's just garbage.
So there's this creature called the Unworm that like psychologically calls people to its lair, and so one of the main character, she goes to or she tries to defy the power and stuff like that, and I remember it ending with her running into the cave and mating with the worm, which was just a giant tentacle monster, basically.
That's not a worm.
It's been a while, and yes, it basically was like towards the end of it just tentacle hentai erotica, and it was gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, have you been watching or reading or playing anything recently?
Not
Listening to any particular?
Not really. Like I've been like watching Stephanie play Persona 5, which has been fun. We beat Riz and I beat Code Vein the other day, which is great. By great I mean very anime, and like the final song for the final cutscene was like the most Disney song I've ever heard. That wasn't by Disney.
Was that just a bronze trophy?
didn't see it.
Ugh. Let's see. Oh, we've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
Okay. Everyone's still sold out of Nintendo Switches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually called my sister the other day because it was her birthday, and turns out she's also looking for a Switch and cannot find one. And I'm just like, yep, that's how it be right now.
Yep.
You cannot find them.
Yes, I got it.
Congrats.
Yay!
You got the minstrel cage.
My nose sits on the edge of it.
Your nose
Ew.
actually pokes out of it.
this is the best helmet in the game.
Just chop it off.
No, this is the best helmet.
Not the helmet. The helmet's not what I wanted you to chop off.
I didn't want to go make my nose bigger.
I'm just gonna move to another tab where I don't see the string. There.
It's okay, you can't actually change your character once you've made them.
I don't see how that's okay.
So recently I picked up Merchant of the Skies. It's a airship based I guess high seas trader.
Okay.
And pixel art, really good pixel art. It was a lot of fun. I beat it already.
Nice.
I got it. It came out April 17th, and I got it April 18th, and I beat it April 21st.
Interesting.
Yep, I played 10 hours, beat the game. Good game though. Maybe in a bit I'll play it again, but not right away.
Yeah, if you can beat it that quickly, you really need to give it time to play again.
Yeah, especially since playing the game, when you first play, you play the campaign, which has 5 major quests you unlock as you go through, and they're get to 15,000 gold, and then get to feed the fish god is the next one and stuff. So once you accomplish all these, at the end of it, there's another thing that finishes the campaign. And once you've beaten it, you can either do free play or you can start a new game. And when you start a new game, you can pick a different goal other than campaign. But the goals are reach X amount of money, where X is however much you want to put in there. Or feed the fish god, and instead of feeding it only 800 water, you feed it 8,000 water, or whatever.
That's so much water.
But, I mean, obviously I've already beaten all of those, so I don't want to just go right back into it.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
I mean, it's got replayability, just not right away.
Yep.
And we've been watching House,
Yes.
and we finished House.
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear fighting, but I don't see fighting.
Hello? Oh god, I love a bell ringing. Oh, here they are. May have just tried to block like I was playing Code Vein.
Yeah, I watched it just rampage straight into you, and you just deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, I was switching the weapon, which ended up being a good idea anyways. But I did just kind of stand there.
And you got some pebbles.
Hell yeah. I can throw those little shits at people. Oh god.
You gonna find the bell ringing woman?
Well, first, I'm gonna do this very good shortcut that doesn't close the door, which means you can just accidentally fall out at any time.
Oh yay! Just don't move.
Your head is in 2 cages.
You are not incorrect.
I'm glad I'm here to contribute to the stream.
I like that my ponytail also goes to the cage.
Yeah.
Well, if you back up a little bit, your ponytail also sticks out of 2 cages.
Oh, maybe my nose can do that.
Hey, walk forward a little. Or just walk back a little. Hi, bell ringing woman.
Oh no, those are bell ringing women. Those are the shadows of Yarnum. As in, an enemy that was a boss, and now it's just an enemy.
Easy.
I mean, technically, but they can also fuck you up and, like, combo the shit out of you if you, like, misstep a little.
I mean, hell, so can the dog-faced birds if you
And the
let them.
bird-faced dogs.
Yeah.
Got him, come on.
Come on.
Come on, my favorite website ending.
So, I made the mistake of playing Destiny recently, and,
Why do you always bring up Destiny?
I'm honestly surprised you didn't claim Destiny was your worst media.
I tried to say it, but no one heard me.
and the person I was playing with had a very interesting question.
What was your question, bro?
That wasn't me. He doesn't think anything I say is interesting.
It's true.
I mean, that's same.
Wow, it's unanimous.
I know, I mean, you don't think anything I say is interesting.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought you liked my whole "your head is in 2 cages" comment, but okay, you were just being polite. I gotcha.
No, that's totally not what I was implying. I was definitely implying the other one.
Genie gives you a wish, but
Okay.
whatever you wish for, 70% of the population also gets.
Hell yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
My answer was already perfect.
I think I know what it is in that case, because it's probably the same thing I wished for.
Was it a fine ass?
No.
Because that's what I
Okay.
wished for.
Okay. Then no.
75% of the population always gets also gets a fine ass? Hell yeah!
Poor 30% of the population.
Well, okay, here's the thing. The 75% are the ones who, like, they also get it, which implies that they couldn't already have it.
That's fair.
So the 30% are the...
That's the problem then. I can't wish for that.
I mean, technically I couldn't either, but... Well, no, you can wish for, like... Okay, here. A juicier ass. That's
Okay.
my answer.
So, I went with the millennial route.
Money? School debt's paid?
Death.
That's more the Gen Z route.
No, I think that's more millennials. Gen Z doesn't give a shit anymore. They just do whatever the fuck. I love
Yeah,
that.
the ones that are left.
Yeah. I just thought, hey, I'll wish for death. And then me and 70% of the population will just die.
Please ensure that the 70% that go with you are like the old fucks causing trouble.
So, we were talking about this later, and we figured out that there's a better way to lower population.
Yes, we did.
Oh, yeah, it's I wish me and someone else died.
No.
And then 100% of people die.
I
No.
wish all of my enemies died. Which means, basically,
humanity.
you have a couple babies left, and that's it.
I mean, I think you would have most babies left. I don't think many babies are like... I don't think many people are like, that baby is my enemy!
Older siblings?
Anyone that lives in an apartment and above that baby.
Really? I wouldn't ever consider a baby my enemy.
You have not watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
Correct.
Hmm.
I also still wouldn't do that, though.
Mm.
I'm currently hearing a baby crying in-game, and I still do not consider it my enemy, even though I will have to fight it. I don't think... I think for something to be my enemy, it has to be conscious that it is my enemy. Or even it has to understand, like, arithmetic.
Wow. Like, most of the people I consider my enemies are not, don't fall into that then.
I mean, I don't consider customers my enemy, I just consider them customers.
Oh, I wasn't counting customers. I just know a lot of stupid people.
I'm sorry you just want me gone, John.
But yeah, the point is that all of John's enemies die, and all of 70% of the population's enemies.
Well,
And presumably one of the people that are my enemies also has me as an enemy.
well, here's the thing: does the everyone else trigger before or like at the same time as or after your wish? Because if they die first, then you won't die from it.
Hi, Rose.
Hi, Rose.
I'd say it all happens at the same time.
Well, that's just because you want to die.
Because the question breaks a bunch of the standard wishes. Because you're like, hey, you know, I want to wish for more wishes. Well, now you've just given 70% of the population wishes. A lot of things can screw up from that. If you wish for, I wish I was rich, well, now, you know.
Yeah, that's why I would never, like, I wouldn't ever wish to be rich anyways, but I would wish for myself to have, like, a stable, like, housing and, like, enough money to get by and have a happy life. And now, boom, 70% of the world also gets that.
I wish for, well, you just ruined the economy, is what happens.
I wouldn't ruin the economy, that would just change the economy. Turns out you can have an economy without people being billionaires.
Well, I mean, if instantly people had billionaire houses...
Why would they all have billionaire houses? I said enough money to get by and be happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't
Gotcha.
say everyone be rich, I said I want to, like, have enough money to, like, live well, like, well enough.
Gotcha.
And, like, not be worried.
I had said...
Oh, yeah. No, you would fuck everything up. I'd be a lot smarter about it. What I'm saying is you're a dumbass.
I want to be smart, or like 10 times as smart as I am now. Well, you just made 30% of the population mentally deficient.
So I have a important question. What happens if you say I want to be the smartest person on Earth? Or the richest person on Earth, or the blankest person on Earth, and then 70% of people also become that.
Then you all become equally rich, smart,
But
etc.
then you would not be the richest person on Earth.
Well, what happens is
You're timed for first.
and 70% of the population become immortal, and all of that money or wealth or intelligence gets locked away into an ether that the way to unlock it is by going throughout history.
Are you saying there can only be one?
Yes. Yes, everyone becomes Highlanders. There's 70% of the population becomes Highlanders.
Fuck yeah, I'd live that life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would wish for something like I just like I wish I could. I was currently fisting a giant pig, and then 70% of the population suddenly has to be fisting a giant pig. Doesn't matter that I had to go through that, because the pain I can go through is fine, knowing that 70% of the world's population had to go through it also. Fuck y'all!
It's like, I wish that, like a giant snake lady just randomly came up and bored me.
God, that would make 70% of Twitter very happy.
Is Twitter really into vor?
Oh,
Man,
John.
I am following the wrong Twitter.
Oh, John. You sweet summer child. You babe swaddled in the cashmere blanket of innocence.
I mean, I'm very familiar with the fact that Twitter loves porn. Because, you know...
Internet.
Yeah. And also, there's a fair number of people I follow already who are just outside of it.
Vor or porn?
Porn. Vor's not my thing.
I mean, you say that, but you do want to be you and 70% of the population.
I picked that because I want 70% of the population to have to go through. Not because I like it.
Just the power to inflict that much misery. Rose, the question is, you get a wish, but whatever you wish for, 70% of the population also gets it.
Big ass titties. Just some real honkers.
Oh, the poor men.
What?
I feel like a lot of them would get used to it very quickly as soon as they took one squeeze. I wish I was a girl. Boom, better world. Fuck yeah. Yeah, my answer was, I wish for a sweet, sweet ass.
I just thought of the absolute chaotic opposite of John's wish.
Which one of my wishes?
I wish I was pregnant with triplets.
Ooh.
Do you know how many Jersey Devils would be created overnight?
Just, you know, massively increase the population.
Man, that is a great thing because 70% of the world hits it, so that's a lot of impreg you just made. That stands for male pregnancy for anyone who wasn't sure.
It needs to be more than that, though. It needs to be
Again,
like, I wish
you
I
make-
was second trimester, or...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say you'd, again, make Twitter very happy, but I guess that's more you'd make DeviantArt very happy.
That's absolutely a mimic.
Nope.
If there were mimics in this game, that would have
would've been one.
absolutely have been a mimic.
Hello, ma'am.
I
How are
keep
you?
forgetting that there aren't mimics in this game.
Which
She has
is
a better dress than
bizarre.
you.
But does she have a better hat than me? Still yes.
Yes.
She has a better face than you.
So, like, what if you wished, like, what if your wish was like, I wish to be the only person in the world who can shoot lasers out of their eyes?
Then
Then
again,
I think then the genie just slaps you.
if you do the only or ist or most or any of those things,
Highlander.
it becomes the Highlander situation.
So wait, would it be a Highlander situation where you have to kill each other with lasers?
No. It's always you have to kill each other by beheading, and then whoever's the last person gets all the money, power, laser eyes, whatever.
Alright. It's boss time.
Does it have to be?
Yeah, well, it's okay. It's just a baby carriage. See? It's just Murgo.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Although this does have some of my favorite music, I think, or some of my favorite like boss fight music.
Poor Babby. The Babby got eaten.
Oh no, not Eden. This fucking thing is so goddamn cool.
You sure the baby didn't get eaten?
Yep, baby's still over here. It just jumped in front.
Oh.
It's just Murga's wet nurse.
Gross.
You don't look that wet at all. I bet you're not even a nurse. Oh god. She took
Thank you
offense.
for your service right now.
Oh god, do I have the COVID? Is that what's happening?
I think you are the COVID.
You certainly look like the COVID.
I
Dom,
don't like
why
this.
do I have you?
What?
You're the COVID.
Why do you have me, the COVID? I don't know, man. Have you been smoking Dankenstein?
No.
Ow.
I mean,
Oh god.
Monday was the weed day.
That's true. And it was the weed days to end all weed days because it was 4/20, 2020, and it was like the
Yeah.
worst possible weed day it could have been. Like no one was happy about it.
Yep.
Although it is funny that I'm aware of in the universe of drug test existing that failed on 420.
Wait, what?
I've drug tested a lot of people, and one of them was on 420, and it came back ineligible. And I just find it funny because it's the weed day.
It's the weed day.
Oh. I see.
What, is he supposed to huff it, Rose?
What are we huffing?
Dinkenstein? Whatever Dom said. I can't tell if she's upset about Dinkenstein or the method of delivery.
Stinkenstein. Dinkenstein.
Donkenstein.
Well, if we're gonna actually go the Gene Wilder route, it's Dunkenstein.
There we go.
Ah, Dr. Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein.
Edibles seem like they would be better.
Yeah.
Less lung damage.
The problem
Also,
is you just have to
food's
make sure
great.
you avoid the like munchy situation.
Oh, you mean immediately with edibles?
Yes, it's like eat an edible and immediately put the rest away so that they do not cause you to decide to eat more edibles.
One of the subreddits I follow, I follow a lot of cooking subreddits, and one of them has been, it's more of a actual, like, full-on culinary setting, and, they've been showing the things they've been making, and these are, to be sold, and they're putting THC into them. And I find that like super fascinating, because it's not like, oh, I'm gonna make little gummies that have, you know, weed in it. It's like, hey, here's this lamb chop with a potato puree and, you know, all this, and there's 8 milligrams of THC.
I don't think I would want to eat that. That does not sound good.
You don't like lamb chops and potato puree?
I mean, I think that would be fine, but I wouldn't want that when I'm about to, like, I wouldn't want that as my process for having THC.
I mean, it's all formulated as part of the meal. Like, they give very small amounts throughout the meals to build up to something. So it's like you get 6 or 7 dishes, and as you go, it builds.
course.
So, I looked away. What happened to the wet nurse?
I decided not to fight her yet because I think she's the final, or basically the second. Like once you beat her, you can take on the like regular final boss of the game.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna do some like DLC work because
And then
there's
go back.
other.
Isn't
Yeah,
there a
'cause-
DLC final boss?
yes, and he's an asshole.
So you're
Please
gonna
tell me
fist
that's
him?
literal.
No, more
No, no,
literally,
fisting
he
or
is.
literal?
Literally, he is a fetus that beats you to death with his own placenta.
Okay, so this is Mother, Earthbound.
Like in a way, yes, but maybe
What
worse.
a weird game.
Mother or this, because both.
Yeah, both. Well, I'd say Mother more.
I'd say Mother more because of its like.
It's a sweet little pixelated children's game
I
that
think it's
ends
like
with you fighting a placenta. Like actually, I believe it
Fight
ends
a
with you.
placenta?
It ends with you fighting an aborted fetus,
yes.
Weird.
which is really weird in a Nintendo children's game.
Yeah.
This was a children's game?
Yes.
I mean, it's like it's not exactly an aborted fetus. Like that's like you could play it and not necessarily instantly think that's what it is.
But it is.
Yes. It is like one of those things that's like, it's not technically that, but it's inspired by it.
I'm really amazed I haven't heard about this game before. I feel like it would have come up in the whole video games are bad.
Oh, I mean, like, it's not one of those things that's like, it's not a well-known game. Especially because, like...
The characters are, though.
Yes.
Ever heard of Ness? Or Lucas?
Yeah?
They come from Mother.
Oh.
Or Earthbound, as it's sometimes referred to.
Yeah.
Gotcha, I have heard of that. John, why don't you like water?
Just give me a break, dumb bitch. Not you.
That's my wife.
I figured I should throw in the not you, because I was just mad at a horse. It's like, John, why don't you drink water? Give me a break, you dumb bitch!
I was
Not
like,
you.
wow.
That's my wife. Yeah, Mother's the name of the series. It's just known as Earthbound inside of Japan.
Yep.
Which is weird because it never came outside of Japan.
Yeah. Well, like, some of them are, right? I thought it's just not Mother 3.
Or the original. Earthbound is Mother 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it went Mother, Mother 2, which is Earthbound, then Mother 3. In 2015, we got Earthbound Beginnings. I don't know what the fuck that is, though. Yeah. Really weird game, though.
What gave you that, John? Was it the aborted fetus thing?
Maybe. And you fight Gygax at the end.
But not the D&D guy.
No, not Gary.
God, can you imagine getting into the game and then like, it's I, Gary! You're just like, your name's just Gary?
It's Gigas.
What do you think would be the worst name for a final boss? I'm gonna say Leonard.
Leonard's pretty bad. Because Leonard is just kind of a bad name.
It's just like a whatever name. Like, it is not to be taken seriously. Ralph's a good one.
Ralph.
Rolf also would be bad just because of the Muppet.
I just like the idea of fight Kermit.
A fighting Kermit? Oh, Kermit would be a final boss for sure, and he would kick the shit out of you constantly. That, like, flailing thing he does every time he's excited, that would be his move that he uses every turn.
Who do you think would be harder to kill? Kermit or Animal?
Kermit, because Animal can be defeated whenever it would be funny. Kermit is, like, the like, boss. And, like, it would be a lot harder to take him down because he's just put up with so much, like, Muppet shit in his life that, like, he's too persistent, I think, to be able to, like, easily be taken down.
Okay.
And, you know, Animal can be outsmarted.
Yeah, that's true. Animal is the brute strength one.
Yeah,
but
he is the barbarian.
Fozzie Bear well, ooh, I don't know, because I'd say Fozzie Bear is the tank. Because
We're just
no matter,
talking about the Muppet RPG class.
of course.
God, I love this.
And we're going to keep doing this until we figure it out.
Okay, so Miss Piggy then, because she also plays kind of like a barbarian, but she's a lot more like level-headed and smart, but will still fly off the rails very easily.
Yes. Well, either that or like a wild mage.
Ooh, possibly so, yeah.
Because like anything she tries to do, she fails at. But something always comes from it.
Yes.
Or Scald. that kind of works.
Oh, God. My favorite bard, though, is from Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
She technically sings.
Oof, it's the worst sound ever.
Yeah.
What is?
Miss Piggy's voice in any form.
A scold. Yeah, I guess. I still love the idea of Dr. Teeth being a bard.
So, Fozzie Bear and Rizzo the Rat. What are they?
Fozzie, I
Fozzie
think
Bear
you're
has
right
a
with
familiar.
Tank.
But he has the familiar.
Fozzie?
This is his finger.
No, not Fozzie. That's
No, yeah, Mr. Bimbo.
But that's not.
Yeah, that's not
Oh,
Fozzie, that's his character. So I would say that Rizzo is a familiar for,
Gonzo.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. That
Okay.
makes sense.
Gross. That blade does not look very holy.
Would you say it's like
Not
arcane?
have homes.
Wait. So what is Bunsen?
Like Buns and Honeydew? I mean, in that case, also, what is Beaker? Oh, Honeydew is an alchemist. Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, because like the real questions are like
What's the Swedish chef?
Beaker and the Swedish chef.
The Swedish chef is unstoppable,
Same
is what
eagle
he
as
is.
He's a paladin. The end.
Who is?
Same eagle.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And his
100%.
patron saint is Uncle Sam.
Yeah. He is a paladin.
beat Ludwig! Holy shit, the Muppets have given me strength!
Now I want to play a D&D campaign where you play members of the Muppets
Yes, let's do it.
that actually are the Muppets. Like not switched out to, oh well, Miss Piggy's a this race or that.
No, it's just the Muppets.
She is the Muppet Miss Piggy.
Who would be, is it Pepe Le Prawn? Is that his name?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to know what class he is. I know he's very good at pissing everyone off.
Pepe the King Prawn. Yeah, Bard.
Probably, but he's like he's like the bards that are specifically about like fucking with everyone else rather than like buffing the party.
It's
Yeah.
just a rogue.
You know,
No.
I think my favorite idea is that like when you play as the Muppets, like if you play as Dr. Teeth, you don't play as him, you play as his entire band as one character.
Yeah.
All
You don't play Dr. Teeth. You play Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Yes. Which is hilarious because it includes Animal technically,
Yes.
but you wouldn't like if you played him like that, you wouldn't get access to his barbarian abilities because you'd be playing as part of a bard.
Yeah. As part of a bard.
This makes me wildly uncomfortable.
You are talking to a severed dragon head?
Horse.
Oh. Did you wake up next to it?
No, I killed it. Hey, I got the Holy Moonlight Sword. Which I can't wield, because I don't have enough arcane.
Cool.
Fine by me, because fuck that. Cool weapon. It's in every Dark Souls game. Don't want it right now.
Not as cool as your spinny blades.
Let's see, what other good Muppets are... Oh, what about, is Gopher? Is that his name? Is he just Gopher? No. He was, like, yellow with, like, orange hair.
He is not one of the standard Muppets.
Scooter! That's his name.
Scooter.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was on the Muppet Show, his job title was Gopher. And that he would just
Gotcha.
do, like, whatever needed to be done.
Yeah.
He also could be a bard, because he's very good at, like, doing whatever is needed.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to play Scooter. I think Scooter is your
Like, DM...
DM and PC, yeah.
Yeah.
He's your henchman. Yeah, he's the one that rides the cart that carries all of your belongings.
Oh, yes! That's perfect.
He keeps track of your inventories and your loot and stuff. I really, if I do this, I have to play Statler and Waldorf.
Oh my god!
Both of them.
yeah. Statler and Waldorf are one, like, playable character kind of thing.
Yes.
Similar to, like, Gonzo and Rizzo, but that's a, like, ranger and, like, friend thing versus, like, these two, which is, like, a completely different type of thing.
Actually, the best version of this is as a, Critical Role sort of production. Where everyone plays the characters, and Statler and Waldorf are
Oh my god.
the
Watching.
cameramen, basically,
Oh my
watching
God.
and switching cameras and stuff. And every once in a while it switches back to them like,
It's like,
have
blah,
you
blah, blah,
seen
blah.
these shitbags playing? I've seen better role playing for like
No!
Yeah,
God,
they're always spectators.
one of the best laughs in any media.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
yes.
Oh,
Wrecked.
what other fucking good Muppets are there that we can have? There needs to be a rogue. I think if you chose to play Rizzo by himself, that would be a rogue, and you would have like the underworld connection of his entire family.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, I feel like one of the most common tropes at the D&D table is there are two characters that have built their characters together.
Yeah.
It happens in almost every game. Where somehow they are tied together. Like, all characters are supposed to be at least somewhat tied together. But these are people that like sat down, came up with their ideas based around each other. And I think that's how you would do Rizzo and Gonzo.
I think that would be a very good way to do it.
What would Gonzo be though, just
Oh,
by himself?
you know what? He would be a mage of some kind.
I could see it.
Because he's always like doing like, he always has crazy weird ideas, and he's, oh, you know what? I think, okay, he would be a mage, and he would be one of the kind that has a sort of familiar, but it's not Rizzo, it's his chicken, Louise.
Yes. Yes, that is... Good. Yeah.
I always forget Louise like is a character every time.
Yeah. Because there's also Camilla.
From Fire Emblem?
Camilla, well, Camilla the chicken is Gonzo's love interest.
Oh, okay. Don't really like that sentence.
No. Sounds like now I get to tell people about how for work I need to watch The Muppet Show.
It's time to start the music. It's time to like lines.
I like this idea. One day we should do this, and then we'll get sued by the Muppet Company for using their characters.
I guess Disney now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because, yeah, I think you're right. I think it is Disney that owns Jim Henson Pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't afford to do
The Jim Henson Company is owned by...
Well, obviously it just means we don't play those characters. We just play Gornzo and Kramit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my
We're just
frog
Kermit
folk.
or something.
Yeah, this is my frog folk Krimit. He's the stage producer and leader of the group.
You know him well.
This is his love interest, Miss Peggy.
Peggy!
My favorite thing about that idea is just that every week you also have to have a celebrity guest star. This week
again,
we have Dwayne The Rock Johnson playing himself.
This is a perfect Critical Role production.
Yeah.
The Muppets Adventure featuring Drist.
Tristan.
Yes!
I would absolutely watch
Are
that.
you fucking kidding me? Of course you would. Everyone would.
In the world, everyone in the world would watch
People
this.
who have never heard of D&D would be like, I'm fucking in. You know, I'm not sure if I would want that more as a fantasy game or as, like, a cyberpunk game.
Oh. Get in there and slashy slash.
That's the goal.
Without dying.
Oh. You wish you had said that sooner.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's one of those cases where I wish we had a budget.
Do we ever figure out who the Swedish chef or what class the Swedish chef is?
No, we did not. Or Beaker.
Well, I said Beaker would be an alchemist.
Yeah. I feel like, alright, so a good size for a team, like an actual D&D party, is like 5 or 6,
Oh, yeah.
would you say?
Mm-hmm.
So we'd go with Kermit, Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Gonzo, Rizzo, an animal, I guess?
I think you said animal was part of the other character.
Well, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So then that allows for like Beaker and Bunsen Honeydew to work as a team as like shop owners. And
That makes sense.
Yeah, it'd sort of be like a Dark Souls thing where there's like a base that you go to and like you collect the other Muppets there to like help you out.
yeah.
That means that the Swedish chef is literally just an innkeeper.
Oh my god, he's the innkeeper.
Oh.
Oh my god, he's the
he
innkeeper.
runs the tavern.
Oh my god, this is the best! Bro, that was perfect!
And you have to roll an intelligence check to order.
Yeah, it's just like you roll a linguistics skill and it's like, yeah, you don't know what he's saying. It's like, but I rolled a 37! You don't know what he's saying. No one fucking knows what he's saying.
So that would mean that Gentleman's Gank has produced the Muffin Man. And the Swedish Tavern.
In like my dream version of this, like all of this is a thing, but at the beginning of every session, there's a like, here's what you missed kind of thing, and it would be the newscaster dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is the sort of thing where, like, I would never want to wish ill on someone's job security, but I wish, like, Disney fires basically everyone in the Muppets. And so they make this show all together, the actual original voice actors.
Yes.
Yes.
But they're just all unhinged, so that you just actually get Kermit being like, "Fuck him up!"
And of course, they still can't use the names, but like the voices and all the, you'd have the writers. Honestly, if they all left and did this, they could probably just be their own company.
I also want you to know that somebody has a summon spell, but it's summon penguins, because there's always a fucking group of penguins.
Yes.
Also,
It's either Gonzo or Miss Piggy's wild magic,
Yeah.
and it's a like 50% chance of happening on the wild magic. It's not like a roll a d20. It's roll a d20 on the odds you get penguins.
Yeah, I think what it is every time she casts a spell, it's a 50% chance to work. On the 50% chance it doesn't, it isn't something that you roll to see what happens. It's the DM decides what would be funniest to go wrong. Because that's how like that kind of thing works. It's all like comedy based, so it's not that it like whatever. It's sort of like, okay, hear me out on this. Well, I just died. That's cool. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The whole warp engine thing that like when the thing that's the least likely to happen becomes most likely to happen. It's the thing that is funniest becomes the most likely to happen. So the DM just decides what would be the best comedy, and often that's a group of penguins. We've also forgotten one of my favorite Muppets that I only just remembered, Sweetums.
I don't remember that one.
He is,
yeah, me either.
He is the big, shaggy, brown...
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a dog?
No, he's a Sweetums.
He's a bear.
Is he?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a bear.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Bobo the bear?
Yes.
Wikipedia says he's an ogre.
He's an ogre?
I mean, look up Sweetums.
Huh.
He's about 9 feet tall, apparently.
Oh, is that all?
I think Sweetums would be a recurring enemy. God, just the idea of people voicing the Muppets playing D&D is literally the most incredible thing.
Yeah.
Can you fucking get off of me, Brain Man? Brain Man is my favorite old school character who doesn't have limbs but does have hands and feet.
Brain.
Brain Man.
Brain Man.
Come on, Mr. Brain Man.
Mr. Brain Man. Brain me a man.
Oh, that's... yeah.
Oh, did you look up Sweetums?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how Dom's song sparked any inspiration.
Me too, because all I sang was Mr. Sandman, but with the words Mr. Brain Man, brain me a man.
I mean, that's what I was singing.
Oh.
Yeah, Sweetums is absolutely one of the recurring enemies.
Yeah.
Never a difficult one, but always a recurring enemy.
I feel like he's not difficult, and that he is traditionally, or he tends to be like, not like, they don't convince him not to fight, but they eventually like annoy him with jokes and things enough that he just like is annoyed and leaves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a thing I really dislike in this game is that when an enemy has your blood echoes, they sort of have like glowing eyes, but because that's fine. But I don't like when an enemy has a brain head and a bunch of eyes you can't see. So when they have your echoes, it's just horrifying.
Yeah.
I also don't like when enemies have a brain head, I think.
Yeah.
You sure?
Mr. Brain Man.
Bring me a brain.
I legitimately, like, I was on a walk with my wife today, and we had to look up the lyrics to that song because all I could remember is Mr. Sandman, sand me a man. Make him the sandest that I've ever man.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Perfect.
I mean, I think it's a better song than the original, personally.
Yep.
I just saw a picture of the 2011 Muppets movie.
I always forget
poster.
that exists.
Me too. I've never actually seen it, but I have
Me neither.
listened to Life's a Happy Song a billion times.
Why?
Because it's a good song.
Oh, okay. I haven't listened to it a billion times.
It's also got Smells Like Teen Spirit in it. Which, now I'm really curious about watching this movie to see how they
Yeah,
did a Muppet version of Nirvana.
it's a boss brain man.
Oh yeah, he didn't take much damage from when you hit him. Would you say that it birthed the other Brainmans? Is it a mother brain?
I don't think so. There's actually an enemy who fits that description more. I think the Brain of Menses is what it's called.
Alright, I need help. Because saying Mother Brain, weirdly enough, popped a different boss into my head. And it wasn't Mother Brain from the Metroid series. It was, the giant face of Andross. From StarCraft,
Oh, Father
or
Brain.
Star Fox 64. And I'm trying to think who the other boss that's identical is. The other one that's a giant floating face that you fight.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of enemies fit that description.
Yeah, but
I haven't played that game, so.
Mr. Sandman. Sand me a man. Honestly, I think out of all of the Muppet characters that we've said so far, the one that hits most like on the head and also still makes me so mad is Samuel being a paladin.
yeah.
Yes.
Like, God, I hate that, but you're right.
And yeah, he has to be in there, so.
And it's perfect because he is all the frustration that paladins are.
Yeah, like he
Yeah.
is the like lawful good of the Muppets world. But who does Tim Curry play?
Tim Curry is only in one of the Muppet movies. The best one.
Yeah.
But
In fact, possibly the best telling of Treasure Island.
possibly it is.
Listen,
There's
I've
no
only
argument
seen
there.
2 tellings of it, and one of them was Treasure Planet.
which is okay, but
It's
nowhere near as good.
because again, it's very difficult to beat Tim Curry as Long John.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So many good songs.
The opening song of that is like already like, this is a kids movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like as a kid, I remember watching it and being like, "Is this like glancing at my parents like, are you sure I'm allowed to watch
Is
this?"
this okay? They just said
You're...
they just talked about death.
You remember I'm still in the room, right? Like this is okay. Okay.
I cannot find what boss I'm thinking about. The one that's like Andros but isn't Andros.
Does he have hands?
Andros does for sure. Mr. Brainman, I feel that. Just he's just standing
Slamming his
there,
head against the wall.
hitting his head against the wall.
Mm.
Not even going after you, just standing there, hitting his head against the wall.
Yeah.
This is so frustrating
Just look up
because
face
it's.
bosses.
Well, I looked up bosses like Andros, but
Androsses. Are you thinking about Super Saiyan 2 Andros?
no.
Oh, okay. You sure?
Yes.
What about now?
Yes, I'm still not thinking about it.
Liar.
And then there was the weird. After you beat Andros the first time in
John, what is
64,
that?
I don't know, but it horrifies me.
you had to fight against his brain.
I got brain fluid from that.
Tasty.
Probably not. I don't think it's been cooked.
Not all food needs to be cooked. Just think about sushi.
Or pineapple.
Okay, well, I was bringing up a protein source, but yeah,
And a tasty
pineapple also does not have to be. Do you need to like push against that lever to rotate something?
Thing. Well, I
'Cause
did
that's
that.
how this would work in The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, it actually won't let me do it again. I already did it once, which is why it got raised up to here. So then I walked over here and fell off, thinking that this would be the way.
'Twas not.
I don't think so. Maybe I just break this and go out the window.
You don't seem to be breaking anything. There's a door right over there to your left.
Is it this door?
No. That was to your right at the time.
Do you mean the one over here, which is also not a door? But absolutely does look like a door, and it has fooled me 7 times already.
Yes, I mean that one. Maybe attack the door that says "Don't be fooled." The one that they had written a note.
I also did try that at some point, and it's just like, it's not a door.
Well, that's rude.
Yeah, it's just like the way the like the wood
wall
works, or wood looks. And also, the door or the answer might not be all the way up there. That's just the place I tried first.
But it's always at the top of whatever long thing you're traveling.
This feels so usable, but isn't.
Alright. Bosses that are a face. No, I don't want to read an article that says women bosses face more discrimination. That is not what I
No.
looked up.
No.
Bosses that are a face. Did you mean women? No, I did not. I in fact did not objectify women. Thank you. Gonna keep trying to find this.
Gotta love Google.
Actually, I don't know. If you were objectifying women, I would prefer if it's just like bosses that are an ass. Sorry, bosses that are an ass.
Bosses that use boobs.
Bosses that use boobs?
You attack the sticky outy rod.
Well, like, I used it earlier, so it would let you use it if you could. Let me see.
Yeah, no, there's no way of finding this, apparently. Like, everything I do, like, if I'm lucky enough, the top two options are like, here is the biggest bosses in gaming, and the hardest bosses, and then it's just like, your boss is playing God, my grocery store banned face, blah, blah, dot, dot, or meet the new boss, the changing faces of big law leadership. I don't care.
Aha.
I don't care. This is
I was gonna say, are you
this is the best
looking
part of the show.
something up?
No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at where to get to the boss, because apparently the way is now open to the boss, and apparently by pulling this lever, it has altered a lot more of the level than it seems like it would have.
Maybe it moved it up and now you can go underneath it?
Something like that, I think. Or, like, by moving it up, the staircase that is, like the center staircase here, it has, like, also moved in other directions. Okay. Okay.
You have enemies again.
That scared the shit out of me.
The brain people rampaging straight towards you?
No, my dodge that almost leapt off the edge.
You almost did it again.
Sometimes the dodges go a lot further than you expect them to. Oh, hello, sir.
It's kind of an action that completes once you tell it to. There's no way to cancel and get out of dodge partway through.
Yeah, it's basically once you hit dodge, you dodge. This person...
That dude looking for his brain?
Yeah, oh god, was that the brain that we saw up above?
You want to give him his, brain fluid?
Sorry, sir, I just need some health.
I'm really glad... No, I'm not gonna say that, because then he'll die.
What were you gonna say?
Frank Oz is really cool.
Is he?
Yeah. He did a ton of stuff. I mean... He is Fozzie Bear, Miss Piggy, Sam Eagle, Animal,
Yeah.
Yoda, the Cookie Monster, Bert, Grover,
What would Elmo's class be?
Elmo!
Elmo's gonna fuck you up!
I have no idea.
Elmo's favorite song is Rip and Tear!
Oh yeah, it definitely changed the,
Yeah.
because you couldn't access that dude before.
An elevator.
Well, considering how Elmo's world goes, I don't know if it proves Elmo's a bard because Elmo can make a song for absolutely every single thing, or if it shows Elmo isn't a bard because the song is always exactly the same tune and exactly the one word that the thing is.
So, is Dora the Explorer a bard then?
Ooh. No, I'd say she's more talented than that.
Dora's a ranger.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Huh.
And Boots is her animal
You
companion.
didn't die!
Yeah. That was incredibly helpful. That helped me get out of the way of him trying to kill me.
Die, brainy boys.
They dead.
You don't belong in this world. Every time John says die and then says anything, that's all I can think about.
Yep. What a bizarre scene.
Honestly, incredible. One of my favorites.
Mm.
Let's see where this elevator goes.
Probably up and down.
Just down.
Sometimes there are sideways elevators.
In real life?
No, just in Destiny. So, there's like 15 more minutes left, so I figured I'd pull out one of my beloved segments.
Oh, finally.
Um,
Oh, not what I was thinking. I thought it was time to organize your Steam library.
Nah, not this week.
Fucking worst segment.
Uh,
You know you love him.
There's-
so I figured
there's
we'd
a
do the
word.
segment. The segment where we talk about segments.
Oh yes.
So we're back on the 200 ideas for your next podcast. This idea is
200?
yeah. This idea is a podcast about older people teaching a younger person something they were told they had to learn. So like how to knit or cleaning or
Or cursive.
yeah, all those things. So then it provides 5 different alternatives.
Anything else?
Millennials teach older people how to use iPads. I feel like that would just be too frustrating.
Yeah. Both because Apple interface is frustrating and because teaching people who aren't knowledgeable of technology how technology works is frustrating.
Option number 2 is teenagers explain trigonometry to old people like me. And then people like me explaining that adults never use trigonometry.
Just at the very end. By the way, we never use this. Like what?
Yeah,
And then just
you won't.
cut.
I like the idea of that. It was just you tell me what you were taught today in school, and then I'll tell you exactly how many times in my long life I've used that.
Or even use anything similar to it.
Yeah. So, oh, cool.
They're telling you like, what are the applications? And they're just like, I don't know. No one's ever told me.
It's like because nobody's ever used it. Ever. So third option is podcast about hobbies. Record a group of friends who gather every week to knit, etc.
Where's the podcast that's like explain to old people what a podcast is?
Well, yeah, this it shows the age of the people who wrote this on the very next one, which is same thing but bridge players. Yeah. Very old. And then the final one was something completely different. People who play cards on a regular basis talk about their best card games in hands. I love watching poker, now I want to listen to it.
I want a poker game where there's no camera, so everyone just has to describe their hand out loud.
Yes.
I mean, you could easily do that.
Yeah,
You just lie about it.
you're just not allowed
Yeah.
to listen when it's someone else's turn.
Yeah,
Well,
or that.
I'd
guys,
say it's
us.
just that does not look like you.
Yeah, but look at the boss thing.
Oh.
Oh yeah. I mean, for now. John's got the room.
When you die from this, we'll call it a day.
What if I don't die from it though?
Then it will be a night.
Huh.
So,
Ha. Ha. Ha.
I mean, I suppose
yeah,
you're right.
that was kind of funny.
if we don't acknowledge it, it isn't true. It doesn't exist if we don't acknowledge it.
So if we don't talk about how much you have Rona, it won't exist anymore.
Yes.
Hey, I died from the fight.
Yay.
Don't you mean all?
No.
Man, but I'm so
I
excited.
don't.
The boss after this is my favorite boss of possibly any Souls game.
Okay.
She will fuck me up.
Yeah,
So
we'll
we'll
get to
see
see her
her
a lot
in-
next time.
3 streams?
This one will
No,
probably not
yeah.
be too hard to beat. This is known as one of
Yeah,
the easier
you'll-
bosses.
You'll beat that pretty quickly. It didn't look like there was anything difficult, just...
Well, they do summon
A lot
meteors
of
at
health.
some point.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you just dodge.
I will certainly try my best.
That's a terrible idea.
So, she wants me to say the last one. It's a let your audio recorder battery run low. Really low. Interview people. Don't look at the battery. Whatever you record, that's your podcast.
Why?
Oh, same thing. Add the batteries, lose the recorder. Recount the conversation. So, record someone fully, listen back to it later, and then describe the interview without listening to it.
Okay, here's what I would prefer. Interview someone. A week later, interview them again, but you're just asking them to describe the first interview.
So you had an interview with Gentleman's Gank last week.
Yeah. We've lost the footage, but we don't want to do it again, so can you just tell us what happened?
What was the most interesting question they asked you?
And they're like, I think the most interesting question they asked was what class Kermit the Frog would be?
That seems like an entertaining conversation. What class did you think Kermit the Frog would be?
Just, out of curiosity. Alright, well, thanks everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.